Well, hello everyone. Today we are graced with another beautiful Black woman. I'm going to give her the opportunity to introduce herself to you and to introduce her business.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ashley. I am the founder of Graffiti Panda. That is a women's online brand that provides women with hypoallergenic accessories that are eclectic, colorful, and bold. Also, custom apparel and vegan leather handmade purses.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. And I had the opportunity of visiting your website and seeing the beautiful things you create. So creative. So what was your um, inspiration for starting a business?
Mhm. So growing up, I was always like a creative kid. Didn't understand why, but I was just a creative kid. Like I always did when there was like a project where I had to color or I had to craft something, I always like went above and beyond that was necessary. I was the extra one. Like it didn't even require all that, but I was just a little bit too extra with it. But but really what inspired my business, kind of just loving creativity, not knowing where God was gonna leave it with that, but just always loving creativity. So I always knew I wanted to do something creative. Wasn't really sure what that would be. But for one thing, the reason why I started my business is because growing up, I was an overweight child. So
Okay.
my mom really struggled with shopping for me, shopping clothes and things like that. And I just really just struggled with my self-identity, my self-esteem. Um,
Uh-huh.
and when I got older, the more I got into like fashion and really wanted to like get into it towards like the end of like my high school year, I just knew that I was like, okay, I knew I wanted a fashion brand that provided women with quality pieces, but also provided women like no matter what size you are, what budget you have, you can buy these pieces and feel beautiful.
Hmm.
Don't have to compromise. Another reason that inspired my business was because I actually discovered that I could draw.
Ah.
I actually discovered how to draw. So long story short, in the 10th grade, my mom had like this Christmas panda looking bear on her couch. And I'm a Christian, so I didn't know at the time. But at the time, I heard the Holy Spirit literally say, draw that. And I was on the couch just kind of not really doing nothing. It was like Christmas break or whatever. I was kind of bored. I was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna draw it. I got some printer paper and I just freehanded it. And next thing I know, I looked at the picture. I was like, kind of came out better than what I was expecting. So from then on, my mom literally started like ripping out like those comic sections out the newspaper, and I just started kind of like freehanding it. Didn't know what I was doing, just kind of teaching myself as I went. And then
Wow.
I started kind of watching Project Runway at the time. I was like, let me try fashion sketching. And I started to fall in love with that. And I was doing graffiti work, just teaching myself all the things. Like I would literally come home, I would do homework, and as soon as I finished homework, I would just be drawing. I could not wait. Like I would just be drawing. So
Oh,
that
wow.
was so that long story short, kind of doing like trying out graffiti and stuff. The panda my mom had, and then what people always ask me like, where did the name come from? I'm going to tell you that too. So, and when I actually enrolled at Merritt College in Raleigh, North Carolina for fashion design. Um,
Okay.
we had like a fashion merchandising project we had to do. We had to create our own store and all the things. And I was like, I need a name. And I've actually had multiple names like since high school up until college that just kind of evolved. I was like, actually, what were you thinking? That don't sound right. But it had been through some changes now. But in college, I was like, okay, let me go back to where I started and how my love for drawing and creativity kind of. So I was like, okay, I kind of did graffiti, drawing all that type of stuff. And then I kind of love pandas because I did draw my mom's panda, and Graffiti Panda was kind of like,
Ah, very nice. Very nice. I love that story. That is so interesting because I never considered that someone could discover they had artistry skills,
did
right?
not know.
So it's very interesting that it's just happened, that
Right.
you
And
weren't intentional about it. It just, okay, let me try it.
I and I really looking back on it because I didn't realize at the time I was a teenager. I won't think nothing about it. But looking back, I really feel like that was just God's timing. Like, okay, now here's the start of the journey. And I'm just like, wow, thank you, Lord.
Wow,
Thank
wow.
you.
So you went to fashion school, and so tell us again the different products you produce in your business.
So I produce 2/3 of my products. The categories that I have is accessories, which are the earrings and the necklaces. Um,
Okay,
so the earrings I actually don't make myself. I actually outsource them from like other artists and just basically just outsource them from other places.
okay.
All the accessories are hypoallergenic, so they're all safe for sensitive skin, which is basically have been so beneficial in my business because a lot of women love bold earrings. They love, especially my customers, they love bold earrings. They love unique pieces, but they hate how earrings break them out. And they have,
Uh,
and I've actually had customers say, like, I love earrings, but from other brands, they've actually, like, their ears have burned. Um,
mm,
I love that I'm able to not only provide quality earrings that are beautiful, bold, you don't find anywhere else, but also just the fact that you can feel beautiful in them, as well as not have to worry about your skin being irritated.
right.
And then what I actually do kind of make is basically my apparel, which are basically custom tees and sweatshirts. And basically how I create those is I customize them. So I literally just take fabric and I basically sew it on there and I make it into a graphic print.
Mm,
And then I actually, and when it comes to my bags, I actually make those from scratch. So my background, come to find out, is basically my background is actually fashion merchandise and design with a concentration in clothing. So my
okay.
background is actually making clothes, but
Uh-huh.
I in the beginning of my business, I was like, I really want to start using my skill set. So I was like, okay, let me start making bags. Started looking at YouTube University, before
Mm-hmm.
popping off like it is now. And I was like, okay, let me start making like some clutch bags. Start making clutch bags. They did well. Started making like little travel pouches, little crossbody bags, and then I kind of got to start teaching myself like bucket bags and like dot kits and travel hygiene bags and things like that. So it's evolved. My brand has definitely evolved, but yeah, those are my products. And
Oh, very
yeah.
good, very good. I love that. I love that.
Thank you.
Um, so in starting your business, when we look at your business journey, did you or do you and your family have any entrepreneurs or mentors that have helped you through the process of getting it going?
I wish, but unfortunately, no.
Okay.
I'm not the first person in my family to go to college, but I am in my immediate family. I am the first to graduate college,
Okay.
and I'm
Okay.
also the first entrepreneur as well in my immediate family as well. So, although I have a background, in some business classes and also a fashion degree, honestly, it's really just come down to me and God and me just figuring it out along the way. In the beginning of my business, it was lonely because you don't necessarily have a support system.
Yes.
Don't really have the resource that you need for somebody to like bounce out ideas and what you should do here and what you should do this.
Right.
I really just had to kind of just trial and error, learn what works. I'm so thankful that God blessed me to be able to network. I didn't even know I was really networking at the beginning of my business. I was like, okay, hey, how you doing? And it kind of grew from there. And I'm so blessed and I'm so thankful now that I actually have all the resource, like so many resources of amazing like women of like that own co-working spaces, that own their own businesses that I can live like that can teach me about grants, can teach you about how to start this or how to hire people. Just but that didn't come overnight. It came up just
Mm,
years, just figuring it out, letting the Lord lead me, and just putting myself out there, honestly, because you do have to put yourself out there and just,
yes.
just put yourself out there, no matter how it goes, just, talking to people, being nice to people, genuinely
Uh,
creating those genuine connections. Not to say like I'm trying to get something from you, but just learn about you, learn about what you do. How can I help you? How can you help me? How can we help each other? And things like that. So,
okay.
yeah. Yeah.
Very interesting. So when you talk about networking and not really knowing you were networking,
Right.
What did that look like for you? Were you at networking events? Were you just in the same place with other women of interest, or how did that come about?
So honestly, for me, I was in the beginning of my business before it actually became as popular as and frequent as it is now. I did that through pop-up events. So pop-ups and market events. I started my business in 2017. So at the time, pop-ups wasn't as frequent as they are
Right.
out there everywhere now. At that time,
Mm-hmm.
I literally was on Eventbrite searching, stalking,
Mm.
probably like when the next when okay, I think I'm gonna do this one. Let me pay my fee. Like I was doing it at a time where they were like hard to come by and
Yeah.
a lot more cheaper compared
Yeah.
to now. So much more cheaper. And so that's how basically I kind of grew my brand and my brand awareness because I literally have people that remember me from music like you're still doing this. Um,
Oh,
like I love your brand still. I've seen that you evolved. Like I did it at a time where it wasn't really much of a space of it and kind of grew from there. And the people, and honestly, I really honestly, my networking has 95% has literally came from pop-ups and just meeting people and them telling me about this space and this event and who got me here and the people I met there. They invited me to their spaces or their events or their co-working spaces. And I didn't know what God was doing at that time, but I'm just like, Lord, you was just lining stuff up at the right time.
right.
Like, because
Right.
it's like, yeah, we just gonna go with it. So
Exactly.
and I just look back over it now and just like, wow, Lord, you put me, he put me in those places strategically. I didn't know, but he knew. So
Right.
yeah.
Right. That's a very key point because I come across a lot of entrepreneurs or will-be entrepreneurs who are stuck in the mode of waiting for the right time or thinking they
Mm,
have to have everything lined up from A to Z, and I
mhm,
gotta wait till I put this in place and then get that in place, and then 5 years later they're still waiting to get something in place, and when you tell them you just gotta get out there and do it, they don't believe you. They feel like, "No, I need to know more. I got, I'm looking at this other company who's out there hitting it and getting it done, and I don't know half as much as they know."
mhm, mhm,
So they feel like they have to know everything before they get started. So I love that you shared your journey was not about having all the answers before you moved. It was about
mhm,
moving, and
mhm,
the answers met you because you were out there moving.
mhm.
You were
Amen.
not sitting at home thinking about your business. You were out there in the spaces to meet the people, to
Mm,
connect you with the answers you didn't even know you needed,
right,
right?
right.
You didn't know you needed those answers. You didn't know you needed those resources. But when they were offered to you and you accepted them, then you realize, oh, look what I got. Wow.
Mhm,
Imagine that. So I think it's key. I love that you share that because I think it's key that we all hear and we're reminded that
mhm,
it's the movement, it's being out there, it's getting started. It's
mhm.
not knowing all the answers. You never will. No one does.
And
And the
can I add on to that? I don't mean to interrupt you.
Yes, go
I
right ahead.
as a Christian, I really feel like sometimes we kind of make or we kind of how can I say this? We kind of make God as like a genie almost. Meaning we pray and we supposed to like it's just supposed to drop down and on us and and that's
Uh-huh.
it. And honestly, it's like God will bless you, but he also has to be able to trust you. He also has to be able to see you do your part because a
Mm,
lot of times it ain't always the situation or the circumstance. Sometimes God really just be looking at us like, I'm waiting on you.
mm,
I'm
mm.
waiting on you. Everything that you've been praying about, I'm like, okay, so is you gonna move or you
Yeah,
gonna start on it? You gonna work out on it? Like you gonna
right.
for it? Like what we doing? I'm waiting on you to get it started. I
Yes,
got it. I got
yes,
it. But
yeah,
when you gonna get started on it, so when it's time for me to trust you with it, you already got things in place. You already are equipped for. You already can handle and have the care
right.
to handle what you're praying.
Yeah,
When you gonna start, sis? But yeah,
right. That part right there, I love
yeah,
it. That part, right? It's so real, so real.
yes.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So in getting your business started, what would you say looking back now, because you started in 2016,
2017.
2017. So 7 years ago. So you passed
Mm,
that 5-year mark.
which one?
Congrats for that. So what would you say looking back is one thing or even two or three things that you learned along the way that would have changed your journey if you knew it in the beginning?
Mhm. Um, the biggest thing is keep God first and allow him to lead you.
Mm,
Because one of the thing is, yes, I was moving a lot and just kind of jumping out there. But the thing was, is that I didn't, my walk with God looks a lot different now compared to back then, of course, because I've grown more and matured more. But the
uh,
big thing is that I also didn't realize that I was also too impulsive.
mm,
I would, instead of consulting him, I would just kind of, oh, it's a nice opportunity. Let me just go ahead and jump on it. This seems good without consulting him first.
mm.
And it also, in some instances, it kind of led me to burnout. It led me
Okay.
to being scammed. It led me
Uh,
to be tired or in a bad situation. And all that to say is, it's just like knows, Lord knows everything before you do.
uh-huh.
And it's just like, just allow him to lead you and guide your footsteps. Consult
Okay.
him first on everything. On
Okay.
it's,
So what does consulting him look like for you?
first off, if I see or if I feel like there's an opportunity, I just pray first. I'm like, Lord, and I make it blunt, like just make it blunt. It ain't gotta be all over the place with the prayer and fancy. Like, Lord, I'm interested in doing this. Is this your will? Or should I get into this? If not, let me know. If it is, let me know. Amen. Like it's really it's really that simple.
To
Like
the point, huh?
to the point, like Lord, let me know if this
Right.
I might apply for it. If it don't work out, cancel it. If it do, okay, cool. But lead me and guide me in this. And there it
Mm,
is.
mm.
There it
Got
is.
it. Got it. And and so how do you tell the difference between when you've received that guidance and when you haven't received that guidance?
A couple of things is that it flows. If it's from him, it just flows organically.
Mm,
It just happens naturally. And sometimes I can be doing stuff and I can just feel like the Holy Spirit is just leading me. Like I don't even really, not almost like not understand, but like I feel like I'm being led. And it's
got it.
that. And then, so it flows and also his peace. Like
Mm,
anything that comes from him. The thing is with God is that there is no confusion with him. There is no chaos with him.
mm,
Nothing but peace with him. And like,
mm.
so when I know I have that peace, that inner peace that surpasses all understanding, I'm like, yeah, that's Jesus right there. So that's him. But when I know it's not him, anxiety starts to creep in, or
Mm,
I feel a little irritation, or I don't have peace, or something in me is like in my body is like, it don't sit well with me.
right,
It don't
right.
sit well with me. And it doesn't, and also it's a struggle. It doesn't come about easily.
Ah,
That's how I
that part.
guess.
Yes.
But the biggest thing is that I allow the space and time for him to give me those answers.
Mm.
Because a lot of times we pray and then we still jumping in. I'm like, okay, wait, no, that's not how how we supposed to do that. We need to have time. Like it, and that's the thing too, is like nothing that God has for you can pass you. If
Okay.
for you, it is for you.
Yes.
Well, it is like there, and there's nothing that you can do to outwork God. Like
Yes. Yes.
learn that lesson. So
Oh my
like, Lord,
goodness.
Lord, I'm sorry. I'm for no for real this time. I'm sorry. Like for real. So it's just like you can't outwork God. And it's like you
Mm-mm.
can't, God wants you to be abundant, but he didn't call you to burn out over things and work into the point that you are just
Uh,
out. That's I don't think that's of God. Work hard,
uh,
of course, but don't not to the point that you burn out, you're tired, and you're like, no. But all to say is that what was my point? Basically, allow God to lead you,
Uh-huh.
him to order your footsteps. And when you know it's him, it's just a piece. It flows naturally. And when you know it's not him, for me at least, it doesn't work out well. It doesn't flow, and I don't have inner peace. That's how I
Got
know.
it.
And I
Got
give time. I give him time to actually answer the question. I don't just
it.
time. So yes.
Got it. Makes sense. So, okay, that was some great information you just shared with us. I love that because I feel that a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
When you really get the message and you're listening to it, things just flow. It's never chaotic.
Don't have to force it.
Um, I love your point that we're not meant to be burnt out, to be creating things, right? That's not how it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Doing too much.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and you kind of you feel it inside too. Like you said, it's kind of your intuition. You can feel when it's just right. It's beyond words. It's like it's not. It's beyond words. And there was another point you made. Oh, if it's for you, it's for you. So a lot of times we find ourselves rushing into things because we're going to miss out. But if it's for you, it will be there because it's yours. It's already yours.
Right.
You don't have to rush to it. It's yours, right? So if that deadline is missed, then that wasn't yours,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's yours. And I think when we trust and when we learn to trust that it's not about what someone else can control for us, because sometimes we get into those situations too where we're thinking, oh, this person has to make that decision, or I have to do it this way. So they make that decision where it's not really about them. It's about what's for you. So if
Mm-hmm.
what's for you, no one else can control that, right?
Amen. Right.
So very, very good points you share with us. I love those. I love those. One of the things that I like to champion for us, especially as Black women entrepreneurs, is
Mm-hmm.
to pay attention to taking care of ourselves,
Yeah.
right? Because I am totally against this grind culture.
Oof.
It just that's not how it's supposed to be. It doesn't take all that. You're not supposed to wear yourself to the bones, and have nothing to enjoy life with, the life you're trying to build. So
Mm-hmm.
I always like to ask, what do you do to take care of yourself when you think about self-care, self-love, pacing yourself, resting when you should? What are some of the things you do to honor that?
For one, and I always go back to God. I know I talk about God, but it's just like, listen. So for me, one thing is that I start my day talking to God, but also reading his word, because that fills me up to actually be able to take on the day ahead.
Okay.
No matter.
Fill your cup.
Right, fill my cup up, because it's like it's not my strength, it's his. Like, Lord, listen, this I don't know what the day, I literally said this, I don't know what the day holds, but I know you hold the day and I trust.
Ah,
So I fill myself up with him first. That's the first
mhm,
thing. The second thing is that I kind of usually I do it the night before, but I kind of go ahead and just outline the tasks that I feel like I need to get done. I also pray about, like, Lord, bless me to know what you want me to do today. But I also kind of write out just some tasks or whatever, not to overwhelm myself, but just some tasks that I know that needs to be done by
mhm,
a certain day. And I
mhm.
just can just outline it, make a little list, keep it simple, and I stick to that list. And I also kind of mentally already know that, okay, I know that I don't want to work my day away.
Uh-huh.
So I already kind of have a mental note, like, all right, I know I need to make sure I get these tasks done within this certain period of time frame, or at least work on them. And I want to stop by this point so I can have the rest of my day to just do personal things.
Mm.
Personal things. Um,
Mm.
and I also, for me too, because I love having my day. I love having a full day. So I'll even wake up early in the morning. Of course, talk to God first, and then I just start on task first thing in the morning. And then by 12, I'm kind of getting, completing stuff, checking other stuff, taking a break. Also take
Mm.
That's the biggest thing too, because I did not used to do this. I take
Uh-huh.
breaks.
Oh, good, good.
Breaks take like breaks as in like I go walk my dog. I go literally, I take a lunch break. I'm gonna eat. My
Uh-huh,
TV, might watch a little podcast. I might even take a nap, a time
uh-huh.
frame nap if I need to. I get back up and I get right back to work. I'll work for 2 more hours where I need to. And then after that, it's like I'm done for the time that I set for myself to be done. And and that's it. Whatever else I need to do that day is gonna be personal. I might wash my hair, I might go get like some groceries, I might just whatever the case may be. But
Right.
I also make sure that I'm being intentional with taking care of myself. And I don't mean just like, self-care. So I mean like really just asking myself, like, okay, how you feeling today?
Mm,
What are you like? Why are we feeling like this? What do we need to do to change it? What do we need to do to maybe continue? Like whatever the case may be. But I really became more intentional about not just working my day away, not just trying,
uh,
like you said, hustle culture. We're not,
right.
because I don't feel
Mm,
like that is of God. I just feel like it's okay to rest. You don't have to work your day away. It's okay to rest. God, that's the thing. It's biblical to rest. God said rest.
right.
God said rest. Like you
Right.
gotta outwork God. No, God said rest. And
Mm,
also in that resting, you're trusting him. Like, okay, I don't have to do everything myself.
that part,
When
that part.
I work outside of my capacity that he gave me. I'm trying to do his capacity. Like he didn't call like
Yes.
he said he's God, not me.
Right.
So it's like just no, just rest. It's okay to take a break. And if you and also give myself grace if I don't feel like doing nothing for the day, especially if like I might do like 1 or 2 tasks, but if I just want to take the rest of the day, I'm gonna do it and not
Mm,
about it.
that part.
God and the reason why I say this and gotten better because I've seen God's hand provide for me time and time again. It's like, what am I worried about? What
Mm,
am I is it all on me or is it all on him? I can work
mm,
like it's all on me, but but the thing is that it's really all on him though. So it's like
mm.
I can work I can work 24 hours a day, but still get nowhere because at the end of the day, it's still if he's not ready to bless me for it, ain't gonna come no quicker. So
Mm,
so it's just so long story short is start my day with him to be filled up, map out my day, pray about my day, map out my day ahead with just like a little short mini list of like what I really need to get done, take breaks in between and have like a cutoff time that I'm done for the day. And that's it.
wonderful. I love that. You shared a lot of good gems right there. What do I need to recap about that? There was a lot of good stuff. One was that hit me was um trying to one was resting without guilt. And that's a
Mhm,
big one, especially for entrepreneurs, because
mhm,
we can have the problem of thinking if we're resting, oh, there's 10 things I could be doing right now.
mhm,
We feel guilty about resting, and we end up getting back up and doing something else.
mhm,
When a point that you made was you're not meant to do it all yourself.
mhm.
So if you're not meant to do it all yourself and you are supposed to rest, you're built to rest, you're built for rest. You're
Right.
not built like a robot. So it's natural for you to rest.
Mhm,
And it's natural for you to be blessed and not try to do it all physically yourself. So just incorporating those into your business day and also having a cutoff time,
mhm.
right? You talked about that, having a cutoff time where you set what you're going to accomplish, not have a giant list of what I'm going to accomplish, but have the things you're going to accomplish that day. And when you're done, done, and not, I love the term, work your day away,
Right.
not work your day away, because you could get stuck in that cycle of from sun up to sundown.
I've
You're
done
doing
it.
something, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing this, you're doing then the next day the same thing, and your weekday runs into your weekends,
Mhm,
and you never allow yourself that rest and that peace of mind, and that's when the really great creative ideas come anyway, in a rested mind,
mhm.
not when you're jumping from one thing to the next. So I love that you shared that. Get your rest, plan your day, start your day with by filling your cup. I
Mm-hmm.
love that too, because we love to run on empty. And we're not giving anything when we run on empty. It's nothing but steam in the cup because
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing of value to give. So fill up your cup, plan your day out, and not work your day away. Great points. Great points. Okay. So in your business journey, what would you say is something that has been, or have you had days where you thought about giving up? And if so, how did you turn those days around?
I mentally quit my business so many times in the past. No sense. It really don't. Um, so there are times, of course, I'm human, just like everybody else. So I
Mhm.
have my days where I'm just like, Lord, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to do this. So for one thing, I've always kind of kept a mental record of like God's hand in everything in my life. So one thing is that I felt like in a way, it's like God won't let me quit.
Uh-huh.
It's like every time I'm like, yeah, I'm done. It's always something that kind of like encourages me. For example, I've always had like at the right moment, every time when I felt like I've been down, out the blue, a friend might call me or might like, hey, it's okay. Give yourself
Mm.
grace. I'm feeling like that too, but keep going. Like, since
Ah.
we not stopping, like keep going. Hey, here's some events that you need or events that's coming up that you might need to check out. Um, and also it's just also my why, getting
Ah.
my why.
Yes.
One is because I feel like my business has definitely become like over the years have kind of evolved into like a ministry of meeting people, networking with people, but also just building genuine connections,
Mm.
um, sharing my faith in God, um, inspiring women to be beautiful, inspiring women, other women, especially the ones I'm connected to keep going, um,
Mhm.
sharing them with the resources I've learned along the way, um, and just really just inspiring others, and also prayerfully creating opportunities for them to learn, for them to grow as well. I have hosted a workshop for entrepreneurs about how to be successful at pop-up events. Um,
Mm.
that is something that's near and dear to me because I've done pop-ups for 7 years. That's how people have known me. And this is like all the trials, all the errors, all the failures. This is what you're not supposed to do, basically.
Ah.
And this is how I've been successful and what to keep in mind about. So it's and the ideas that I have yet to prayerfully, um, implement and move forward with, I'm excited about. And it's just, I just like, I don't, after 7 years, it's just like, I don't think God blessed me with this business for no reason, especially
Mm.
all the wonderful opportunities I've been blessed with. Like that is no coincidence. And well, all that to say is that God always blesses me with a reminder to keep going. It's usually through a message, it's usually through people, an opportunity. He just always sends me a reminder to keep going. And also, the biggest thing, like I said, is my why. We are here to use the gifts that God gave us to serve others. It ain't about us.
Mm.
And I
Mm.
remember that, like, okay, it's not about me. Well, Ashley, like, come on, man. It ain't got nothing to do with you. The gifts you're given is for other people. Okay, get off your high horse, get off your ego. About you, okay, all right. So I have talked to myself. I really do. I
Yes.
so I'm like, okay, yeah, let me come back. Let me come back down. Let me come back down. So that, yeah. So basically, God sends me reminders through people and through messages, and then just is my why. Doing also another thing too, and I'm gonna wrap it up. My why, knowing that I have gifts that I want to share with others and desire to share with others because that's God's will. Um, Also knowing that inspiring others, but also knowing that I'm doing something that I've never seen be done in my own family. Um,
Mm.
so I desire financial freedom. I desire to have resources because I desire to have a family one day and I want to create resources for my family. So because when I was younger, my parents struggled with me. And I
Mhm.
the things that I went through, I want to do better than, you know, they did the best they could, but I want to do better. And I want to create a foundation where I'm able to leave a legacy for my future family. And
Mm.
yeah, so yes. Yes.
I love that. I love that. One of my tagline is I am passionate about the joy, the health, and the wealth of Black women. And
Yes.
when I think about the wealth of Black women, I tap into our ability to not only provide for our families, but
Mhm.
also build a legacy,
Yes.
that lasts for generations to come, because we
Mm.
want to be able to feed our family, but also live in an exciting way, in a way that we can bless those that come after us. So I am definitely with you on that. Building that wealth, building a different life, being able to do more, and being an inspiration to others, and also how what you produce service others. You spoke earlier about your customers who found that other jewelry irritated their ears. So those women who are now able to be excited about different designs,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
That's meaningful. So in your business journey, when you were marketing your business, or as you are marketing your business, what would you say is the main way that you do advertise and market your business?
Um, so eventually I want to get into ads. I've had somebody do a few ads, but of course, you know, things take money.
Yeah.
But biggest thing for me is has always been pop-ups because it's something that it's some things that you can't do online that you can do in person, which is people can see your product in person. They can meet you, they can see, they can taste, they can feel, they can try on your product in person. It's something that they can't do online. So
Hmm.
also being able to build connections on the spot with people directly that's in front of me and tell them about my mission and tell them who, like, how I got started and just everything. So it's always been pop-ups. The second thing is definitely keeping up with my social media, sharing some behind the scenes, sharing my journey of doing pop-ups and just collaborations and things like that. Just building an audience and a community, basically. And another way is through my email list. So basically, when I'm at pop-ups, I'm also, you know, I'm capturing emails from customers so they can stay basically in the loop about my business. Like, hey, just so you know,
Ah,
you can get like a discount online as well to shop online if you sign up to my, you know, email newsletter. So those are the biggest three ways. And also, two is that my brand is also in a couple locally owned small business stores. So
okay.
that as well. So those are my main ways too.
Oh, nice, nice, very nice.
Thank you.
Where do you see your business growing, or what are your growth goals for your business, say in the next 3 years, next 5 years? Have you considered that for your business?
Most definitely, all the time, all the time.
Mm.
So prayerfully, I pray to continue to be doing Graffiti Panda, of course, but I pray to be um a leader over a team of creatives that are local, um, that are not only sharing their gifts to grow Graffiti Panda, but also growing it even more to help others. Like I don't want to just be always selling. I also want to have initiatives where I'm supporting or creating to give back. Also
Mm.
having it as a resource for like through the company, they can also learn about other things. I why that's so big to me about helping other people learn is because when I first started, I just came out swinging. Like we just gonna try this, we're gonna try that.
Mm.
We're just gonna figure it out as I go. But it's like knowing that I'm connected to so many resources and been blessed with this, like I want to be a resource to more people, have them, you know, understand like what resources are out there, be that conduit for them to know the resources that are out there through my business. And also hosting, you know, creative workshops for the community. I sew, so I would love to do sewing classes.
Mm.
I also can want to continue creating workshops for other entrepreneurs about my journey and things that I failed at, things I succeeded at, and things that you should not do. Um,
The do's and don'ts.
all of it, and just all of that, and also preferably just creating ways to help others in the community, and where I'm at right now, I want to give back. One way is that I've been thinking about, good Lord willing, is kind of going to company gift giving when it comes to my handmade bags, designing things for like employees for gifts and things like that, but also hiring a small team of alumni from the college that I went to get hands-on experience, creating internships for fashion design students right in North Carolina for them to learn. That is my next goal, preferably. But just being a resource to help others. That, I think, that is where my heart is. So whatever, and at the end of the day, whatever God has, for me to do, I'm just gonna be obedient. So, but that's some of my goals. But
I
yeah.
got it. You have a lot of giving back energy in you. You
Yes.
know, almost I would say 80% of what you said was about giving back to others and helping others and showing others from what you learned through your experience as an entrepreneur, being able to share that so that others can know the do's and don'ts and can walk through it a little easier.
Yes.
But also creating opportunity for others. So yeah, that's a great energy you have within you.
Thank
So
you.
when you think about the resources that help you most um, in building your business, what are some of your, I would say, favorite or most useful resources that you found in your experience?
Ah, so my favorite resource is the business women that I've connected with over the years that I truly call friends, because I met them through, literally, I've met 95% of my network through pop-ups. I mean
Ah,
that literally. So, but and basically when I mean like the network, I mean literally like the business women that were also vendors at these events. We're, just talking, and the more we kind of see each other, we kind of just built up like just a rapport with each other, just learning each other's businesses, supporting each other, staying in contact. Hey, did you know about this event? It's a good event. Sign up for that, and just been blessed with growing a network of like friendships that are other
got it.
entrepreneurs who are women, who are intelligent, who are
Yes.
creative, who are, if I need something, they're gonna tell me about it, like, hey, sis, you need to be doing this. Did you know about this event? Go ahead and sign up for that. It was good. Did you know about the storage you can get to? Go ahead and apply. Like, I'm just so thankful.
Yes.
Like, I didn't have this when I first. It was so lonely, but to build that up over the years, I'm just like, if I need something, I can literally go to a friend that owns her own co-working space. Like, hey, can I host an event here? She'd be like, yeah, let's talk about it. So, or
Nice.
somebody that's telling me about an organization that can help you with getting your stuff in like Charlotte owned businesses in North Carolina. I have that. Like, I'm just thankful. It's basically the resources and the genuine friendships I've had with my business friends. So,
Got it, got it. So that goes right in line with your concept of networking. It's building relationships. You built real relationships,
yes,
and that's your number one resource. That's beautiful.
yes.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And
So
I want to add, I'm sorry to interrupt,
go
but
ahead.
your network really is your net worth, because
Mm,
resources, my mind, I come from a small town. So through these resources, I've been blessed to be able to just have my mind expand in different ways that I never knew. So that's stuff.
ah, ah, very nice. So when you started your business, did you fund it yourself? Did you get business loans? Did you have a grant, or how did you fund it getting it started?
Great question. So I was coming out. So when I remember my last day of college, moving out, I literally came home, moved back home with my mom, and I literally sat on her couch, and I had my college laptop that I could keep. And I was like, I'm gonna start a business. That was like 2015, and that was December 2015. And I remember writing out an outline. Didn't know what I was necessarily doing, but I was like, all right, I just came from college. We're gonna write like a business plan. What they showed us how to do is just go
Yes.
write. So we're gonna do that. And then over the year of 2016, I worked retail jobs where I literally just saved up money that I had, because coming from college, you don't want to be dealing. I didn't have it in me to deal with any more loans. So I was like, we're not doing no more loans, since we're gonna do it out of pocket. We're gonna make it happen. So I literally worked jobs like just retail jobs, getting my fashion experience up, working with inventory and things like that, Cato's, Plato's, closet. And I really just came out of pocket. I think I saved up $500 just for my business, just to get like different things for it, like a little bit of inventory, just try out a little bit of inventory to test it out and stuff. So it's out of pocket, and it's been out of pocket ever since. So and then yeah, it's been out of pocket ever since. So yeah.
Okay. What would you say is your most profitable line in your business? What product is most profitable for you?
Definitely earrings, because it's what I started with since the beginning of my business. Because my business have definitely is greatly greatly evolved since 2017. The look and everything is everything. But when it comes to my earrings, it's definitely I'm very selective. I've
You
trained
have on a pair, right?
Yes, I do.
Show us, show us.
Yes, ma'am. So these right there you go.
There we go.
Yeah, so these right here are called the Mountain Peak earrings. These actually are popular ones, super lightweight, bold, and colorful. What I was gonna say is that I've really trained my eye to find and source out pieces that are unique. I don't like looking like everybody else. I like being unique. I like being bold. I like being quirky, all the things, because I feel like I'm able to be that person that I always wanted to be when I was younger in my brand. So it's like I'm able to kind of live that out in my brand, just being just being the creative, quirky person I've always wanted to be in my brand. So it's definitely earrings. And then my shirts and my bags are secondary, but definitely Goodwill Willing want to definitely bring out more designs when it comes to my bags going into next year. So
okay. Do you have any designs there you can show us, or?
So this right here are earrings that are, of course, I didn't make, but they are wholesale. And then I do have my sweatshirt. So this right here is basically just fabric. I also use it as bag fabric as well. So yes, I basically just sew on the fabric and I create as a custom graphic sweatshirt and graphic tees.
I love that print.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm glad you actually had me show this. So this print, the reason why I fell in love with this print when I first found it is that when I was younger, my mom actually grew me up with perms. So I didn't even know what natural hair was until college. And that is when I actually started embracing my natural hair. So this right here is kind of paying homage to that. Like Black women's hair are beautiful the way it is. They got already made it. So this is to pay homage to that.
I'll get me one of those.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll get me one of those. I love that. You said you have it in a purse too?
So I actually
a bag?
I make purses. So let me see here. Let me see here. One second.
But I am definitely going to get that print. So you guys have got to see the video so you can know what the print.
So this is actually going to be a crossbody. I just got to put the chain on the pocket and a pocket. And then my other bags that I've actually came into, this is actually the travel hygiene bag. So,
yes.
So this right here, pocket on that. And then also my bucket bag. Yeah, so because my first love is actually sewing. So I'm just like, sis, what you doing? You need to get back into what you really enjoy. So yeah, handmade, all by me. Lord blessing the work of my hands. So yes.
Oh my goodness. Those, oh my goodness. Okay, I know what I'm going to be doing later on. I know what website I'm going to be on later. Beautiful, beautiful. That and that print on that shirt, I'm serious. That just makes me emotional. Just
Hey,
looking at it, it is so
it,
beautiful.
it comes
I
in
get
this print.
emotional.
It comes in this print, this bright print, and I also have it for ones that don't like customers that don't like bright colors. It also comes in neutral color as well. So
Okay.
yes, ma'am.
Wow. Beautiful. I am so excited.
Yes, ma'am.
I am so excited. I'm gonna get one of those. Okay, so let's refocus. So it's been so wonderful speaking with you today and having you on our podcast to share your journey, to share your how you lay out your day, to share your concepts and your beliefs in the spirit of your entrepreneurship. I often say that entrepreneurship is a spiritual journey.
Mm-hmm.
That you don't know it's a spiritual journey until you get started in, and then you realize, you have to tap into something higher to keep this
Mm-hmm.
working. So it's
Amen.
definitely a spiritual journey. So we always end our podcast asking our guests 4 fun questions.
Okay.
So the first one for you is, what was your favorite childhood game?
Oh, all day long, Candyland, all day, hands down.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. What if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go and why?
Paris, because I always wanted to go there because it's basically the fashion capital and kind of where fashion originally basically started. So I was like, yeah, Paris all day, all day.
Okay, I understand that. What is your favorite meal?
Okay, so I anything that got chicken in, I'm be real honest with you. Like for real, like anything. I need to do the baked chicken, but really anything fried chicken. Honestly, I don't want to be that black person, but yeah.
Okay. What do you want to be remembered for?
My faith and my willingness to help people.
Ah, okay. Beautiful. And I'm going to ask you another one. What do you consider your superpower to be?
Ooh, resiliency.
Mm. Mm.
Resiliency.
I feel that. I got you there. Beautiful. Well, Ashley, thank you so much for being with us today. Again, we appreciate your time. We appreciate all the beautiful things you shared with us, including your products. We're going to be
You.
checking out. Tell us your website address and how we can connect with you.
Yes. So my website is www.graffitipanda.com. You can also connect with me on Instagram at graffiti_panda. And I'm in North Carolina. I'm actually going to be doing some more events for the holidays. So definitely tap in. Have an email list. You can sign up to get updates. And yeah, definitely tap in with me.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, thanks again.
Thank you. Such an
Okay.
honor to be here. Thank you.
Okay.